Bam. And this was Super Levi versus rename the wrong. Super Levi versus create, upload.
记得我那句话吗，苏西？
跟我走上这条路，
就是一辈子的事儿。
Why would Cass be played on Gibraltar over Ashe, Tracer, Echo, or Sojin? It's kind of just the areas you play. Like on maps like Gibraltar, the same applies to Dorado. It's tricky for the Sojin to always farm these rails as consistently, so while she has the survivability, she often loses a lot of the impact, whereas some of Cass's squishiness is mitigated by the fact that these maps like Gibraltar and Blizzard's World are so big, so a lot of the time it's much harder for them to just pile on top of you or get the clean, you know, the clean dive they actually want to. So I think that's part of the reason. In terms of Ashe, I think, to be honest, Ashe is just better on those maps as well. I think we kind of saw that in the Falcons Crazy Raccoon series as well. Now, by the end of it, everyone was sort of like swapped heroes around a few times, but did ultimately end up just playing an Ashe mirror. So I think there's a real argument Ashe is better. Or Widow, if you've got it. But the problem with Widow on Gibraltar is when you're playing Anna Brig Widow, there's so many times where your Widow just gets stranded behind, or just, you know, they're trying to play an angle so they can be useful, but then the Winston will just jump them, or the Tracer will jump them, and it can be hard to keep them alive in lots of these situations compared to, say, the Ashe or the Cass. And also, Cass is really good at clearing the Winston, right? If you ever hit the sleep, you hit the anti, the Winston really dies, the flashbang makes his life really hard. Just an additional thing for the Winston to counterplay. Obviously, the same is true with the Cass flash, the Ashe coach gun as well as the Cass flashbang. But I think that's why we see those heroes there instead of, say, Sojin. Ooh, thank you, Lewis, for the Prime. Thank you very much. And thank you, Sexy Vanilla Freshers, as well, for the 6 months Prime. Welcome back. Here it is. Thank you. Ooh, I think we'll see more Widow play. It will still just be on the maps. She's good anyway. Dorado, Gibraltar, Havana, Blizzard World second type stuff. Maybe a few niche situations still like King's Row, but I don't think we're not going to see like a dramatic increase in locations where people are using Widow. I'd be pretty surprised if we do.
迈出的每一步，都让我的视野愈发清晰。我看到热情与精神。
Oh, thank you, Ravenstorm Matt. Thank you for the 3 months tier 1.
科技与生命。
Welcome back.
把这一切结合起来，就能带我们到达返璞归真。
I don't think I've ever watched this video. What's Lifeweaver's deal?
新境界。完美。
He just fucking loves trees.
力量就蕴藏在万物的不同中，在众生的热情中，在我们对成长的渴望中。我
Basically, yeah.
融为一体，
not to be reductive here, but the tree's inside him. He is the tree. Yeah, I think the Ashe is better as well. But I think like the argument for Cass over Sojourn on Gibraltar is pretty reasonable. I think you see a lot of people do it first point defense, especially. I think on first point defense, when you're just holding that high ground, actually a lot of the angles you actually try and hold from, whether it's that first forward high ground, you know, on like boxes or that first part of Gibraltar defense, or whether you end up back in a server room hold, actually the Cass is pretty effective in all of these ranges. So even though it's a big, long open map, where you're actually fighting, isn't too bad.
Lucky I was here, huh? My platform is here. Shall we do this together? Leave this to me.
I thought he leaves wives. You can have multiple interests. In fact, it probably makes it more likely, just leaving all these wives for all these bloody trees he loves so much.
Spend every moment growing into who you truly are.
Next game is CC, right? Yeah. Yeah, I'm just holding off for a second. I don't know what kind of time scale we're working with here, so I don't want to start too early. So once we go back to the desk and the couch, we'll boot him up. You think Blade gets a map? Yeah, but been on a sort of a disinformation tirade so far this morning, Sign Monster, so I think we might just be in a free Overwatch day. The tirade continues. When's for Soup Cup? It's over 2 weekends. The first weekend is 5th. The one starting 5th of April, I think it is. What are the top China teams? I mean, once again, by a country mile, then Team CC and Rock are probably the 2 teams to watch out for. What are the first 2 letters of your name stand for? Is it just thank you? That would be the obvious guess. Thank you, Monster. Or your name is just Ty or something. Tylenol? Tyrone? No Tyrone, fuck's sake. I should have seen that one coming. I should have seen that one coming. All right, we're on 4 minutes. All right, let's hit the Preds. That seems like Is it Blade with 2 E's? Or have I just been looking at JK's Twitter too much? It's just Blade with 1 E. I need to stay off JK's fucking Twitter. You know, it's just with 1 E. That was purely just in my head. Never going on JK's Twitter again. Does it always take forever for the games to start? Yeah, it seems like we've got pretty substantial breaks between both games today. Sort of like 20, 30-minute type thing. Chances are it might be a little bit less if the games were closer. But unfortunately, we have not been treated to such close games today. Are you trained, Gang X? I don't know what that means. As much as I see JK's tweets, and I'm aware of who Blade is. Mostly, well, entirely through JK. I also don't actually know anything about him or any of his music or any of these songs. I just know JK is a fan. Treats it very much like, do you ever have, maybe your little cousin comes up to you and they want to show you all the things they're into. Like, oh, I've got this new guy, he does this, he's in this show. You go, oh, that's pretty cool, pal. That's pretty cool. that's me with JK and Blade. Thoughts on Fake Mink? As for first time, I'm going to presume that's another band slash artist slash group. And no thoughts. Why does JK like Blade? This would imply listen to JK. He just likes the songs, I reckon. Connects with him, resonates with him, the music. What more reason do you need to like an artist? Freya looks like a grasshopper. I'm not seeing it. Her outline looks like a moth. I don't know if I'm seeing it. They're the same and not the same picture. You see it? What do you mean? Which part am I looking at here?
我是九朵，
你是九朵啊？有人没搞清楚顺序，
没找准定位，
没找准自己的位置。今天来到了第3场比赛，对阵双方是 Blade 对阵到 Team CC。来，兔姐，请你简单的介绍一下吧。
Blade 这支队伍也是改名。
All right, now I see it.
是这原式电竞啊
Look at Moths.
然后里面都
All right.
是一些高分的路人偏新人，但他们队伍里面有一个选手叫
Which moth?
他
This moth, like from the front?
很多年前就认识他，就当年广州冲锋队搞了个青训叫 IO。
Moths matter.
在我们的
Guys,
队伍
for the
里
love
面
of God, remember moths
那个时候
matter.
他的表现非常
Where's
好，
Freya
但
gone?
是他那个时候由于学业就回归了，就回去上学了。其实那个时候觉得有
Actually, I can kind of. This one I can kind of get behind. Actually,
重返赛场了，就还是挺欣慰的。
是，来看一下上面2场比赛的一个赛果情况哦，3比0。
find a blue moth.
其实今天整个赛程还是拉的比较的快的。在8点来钟的时候，我们就会迎来今天
I need a face.
第3场对局，九斗老师有什么想说的吗？
对，其实
Blue
我
moth
们看到2个大比分，然后2个大比分之后呢，我在想还是比较关键的一环。
That one's too close, I think.
看到了非常多的队伍在第2选择可能会去拿到毛家，因为稳定啊，我是觉得也偏阵地偏好打一点。 但是被削了之后
Don't make it this big.
队伍造成一
Where are we gone? Where's Freya gone?
他们在2手准备或者3手准备没有那么的充分的情况下，今天很有可能
Look at Freya's legs, please.
打某一些阵容
We are not looking at Freya's legs.
影响吧。
其实刚刚兔姐这边主要介绍的是 Blade 这支队伍，而 Team C 的话，大家会更加熟悉一点。我们因为时间的原因啊，我们就直接来看一下比分。Team CC 的事情留给2位解说老师说，来看一下。
Yeah, I think I get behind the moth one.
预测的情况，我们5个人会给到这场比赛怎么样的一个预测分数呢？
都很统一啊。
All right, another myth busted. No grasshopper, but maybe moth.
还不错，
原始体系打得挺好的，
对，打得
我印象蛮深的。
特别是在双 C 的发 挥上面，
对
我可能会觉得真的很亮眼。但是 Team CC
老
还是
牌了嘛
那句话，对。
老牌队伍了，
老牌队伍选手，大家一眼望过去也都是老熟人了。
上赛经验也好，
对
Nothing will get past us, don't worry.
之前最后2年
We're tackling all the most hard-hitting issues, really.
带了远方他们很久嘛，所
对
以说其实也是一个老牌教练，而且之前他们的体系
No one's buying into this grasshopper nonsense. We're not looking up grasshopper feet.
砍了之后登场率低了，
Why are there still so many feet heads still here?
是打得很不错的
就。是什么阵容都能拿，
对，
他不能说自己把自己固定在某一个阵容上面，所以有了 Hero Ban 和版本的调整之后，我觉得这个可能对于他们来说优势确实是比较大的。
或者是说这2个调整对于他们的影响来说，没有
We're more than 2 steps. We are more than 2 steps away.
不改，我们
Take that for free.
出一个差不多的一个预测，因为这2个队伍来讲，新队伍和老队伍
I feel like aren't most moths just all fucking pricks, though?
尤其是临场上
Like all of them.
状况下的第一
Because
反应，所以其实今天的第
lots of bugs will maybe exist. They'll get into your house or get into your room, and then they'll just exist in the corner, quietly existing, going about their business. But moths have the compulsion, the unbelievable urge that they cannot resist to just fly into your fucking head on cooldown. That's not Moffis. That's just true. Yeah, Netties is also Netties is the tournament organizer for OWCS China as well.
是因为来到我们国服 OWCS 的赛区，2支队伍。
But yeah, that's all moths do. They come into your house, they fly into your head. What other thing could do that, and you'd be like, yeah, they're pretty cool.
还是期待一下他们会不会有一些
And they eat your clothes, exactly. Name one person in the world who could come into your house, fly into your head, eat your jumper, and you'd be like,
对的，
that guy was pretty sound, wasn't he?
说了嘛，因为每个队伍他们知道自己的分组，那么在我们这周的比赛里面，他们要做的就是一个保前3，因为每个组4个队伍只有最后一
You.
面临
Thank you.
那
That's
其
actually a
实有
great
的队伍
compliment.
他就会把一些重点的备战对象会放
They flew into my head when I had hair. They flew into my head when I had no hair. I feel like they're just pricks.
重心备战就不在这个队伍上
对
面了，。
我们也说了呀，其实现在的比赛的话，不仅仅是选手在场上如果说受到压制之后调整的这种博弈。
It's not. It was a pre-hair situation as well. Birds.
博弈到底该怎么样去选择地图？到底该怎么样去
There was a time once when we were kids where we were at the beach. Can't remember what beach. And my parents had bought me and my sisters ice cream. I have 3 little sisters. And my sister was standing there, classic, ice cream cone in hand. And his seagull swoops down. We'd only just got the ice cream. The whole thing just leaves her. Broken cone. She bursts into tears. So seagulls can also go in the prick category. Buy your own ice cream, you unemployed fucks. Just hang around a pier all day.
猛力滚滚，大口墩墩，破坏球，哈蒙德不锈钢保温杯现已登陆暴雪官方旗舰店，采用304不锈钢内胆，安全又健康。
Oh, wrecking bottle.
让饮水也变成一件简单。
Wait, I was meant to scan the QR code. Oh, hold on. Chen, don't take it. Chen, don't take it down. I'm scanning. Chen, oh, for fuck's sake, Chen.
也已经全部都 ready 了，比赛马上开始，把镜
I
头
was so
交给最
close.
专业的解说席。
各位观众大家好，欢迎回到解说席，我是木子，我是老陈。那么马上将会进行今天的第3场比赛，由 Blade 对阵 Team CC。
We'll get it one day. We'll get it one day. Here we go. Chen back on the mic.
加上 Blade， 加上今天LC 第1场的对手
Eco，
对的。这个 A 组可能大家会觉得啊，是不是2强2弱这样一个形式？我们今天其实刚好就是。
Is the viewership decent? Depending on how much belief you want to put into China's numbers, we're at about 800k right now.
里面都是些熟人。那 Blade 也是改过名字的，他们在小组。
Why did former pro player Seagull steal your sister's ice cream?
我如没记错的话，而且前面的话。
Can I tell this way? I was gonna say, there's another Seagull story. It's too long for now because we're getting to the game. But he did also threaten to spear one of my friends at LAN once. But he didn't spear him.
对，所以其实对于他们在这个版本，尤其是在这2天，今天我们还有在聊，在今天的比赛里面。
So just followed me through my life, I guess, threatening people close to me.
安排一些这种来打。
是，但这个东西有一个坏处，就是感觉各个队伍在做 Hero Ban 的时候，可能也是乱乱的，因为版本刚上来也不知道办什么。
找不到一个关键点，也有可能是因为前期的这个信息收集没有。
Old law? Yeah, if you know, you know.
打的是真的还是。
If you know, you know.
反过来讲，其实是不是先手去多 多做一些保护办会，因为保护办你是肯定有个目的性的。
So he doesn't even fulfill his promises? Well, spear like a javelin, no, spear like a spear tackle.
对手都不一定就是现在已经研究出来要打什么。你刚才那个斯科里外就是很好的例子，斯科里外自己都
He wouldn't have done it to my friend, because my friend would have fucking had him. There was only one person was ever in true danger of getting speared in that situation.
在于 CC 这边他们整体的这个英雄池其实是非常深的，这些个选手，
而且没有毛加了的话，
Even if it's inflated 10 times over OWCS, it's really good. I guess what's probably the best way to compare it, because there's no way to know how accurate the numbers are at any time in China. But I guess what would be interesting is how do the China numbers for Overwatch compare to the Chinese numbers for Valorant and other games, right? I think what you're saying is
整体 CC 拿的更多，其实我
your dad is monster, right?
拿的会比较多一些。
A good point from your dad is monster. What's it like compared to other games on the other Chinese platforms? That would be the interesting thing. That would probably maybe give us a better indicator of it
这两天的一个更新上，
than anything else.
更新之后，他的这个上场率还是挺高，至少在我们今天的第一天的比赛里面看到有几场都拿了卡西迪出
But
来。
I also don't have the answer to that, so.
卡西迪的衰减
But if anyone's got the knowledge or the time to research it,
会有所影响。
肯定会有的。
I'd hear it.
灭距离在整个团战当中的话，如果你距离拉的不是特别的长，我们打个比方，就是苏拉瓦萨第一个开点之后，两边的这个对峙的时候，其实卡西迪上就相对于以前来讲，这人打的比较多了。
对，这样他给法老之星的压力其实会大很多。
对
There's over a billion people in China. I mean, it's possible. No one's saying the numbers are impossible.
打了大量的
But China also has a reputation for inflating
这个
this.
方面看各战队在训练
Today already, Rock won their game pretty handedly, and we saw Little Sheep just beat Super Levi as well, also pretty handily, 3-0s on both occasions. So no nail biters yet, no belters.
我们今天整个比赛看下来，坦克和辅助线的坦克和 DPS 线的选择是我们聊的比较多的话题。坦克是因为毛加的改动，
You think it's deflated actually?
然后
Now the takes are starting to heat up.
安娜自然被小削了，对吧？朱诺也是有一点小削。
整体对于他们队伍的影响不会太大。我们看下来，目前为止的话，很多队伍的这个辅助线是根据自己队伍的需要。
When does once again play? Not today.
十字来安排的。
They play Saturday. They'll play one of the other days as
为
well.
了固定搭配里面，比如说维基塔配上朱诺。
Oh yeah, so actually after they've actually played all 3 days. They're playing Little Sheep tomorrow, then Team XX, and then Super Levi. The two of the teams we just watched, they're playing them over the course of the next 3 days.
我们在其他赛区也看到
So 3 in a row for them.
安娜配物资，安娜配朱诺，这所有的都是根据自己整体的队伍的需求来安排的。我们来看一下两边队伍的一个首发名单。
Doesn't PUBG have like, yeah, same with a lot of the mobile games.
在 ID 一会儿给大家去对应一下他们的
A lot of the mobile games are really big
Pride 和 Ferry
in India, in China as well.
他们的对手
That's why there's so much money in so many of the mobile games compared to, I guess, the other, like the PC esports and the console esports.
Pride 的选手就是那个打原氏的龙鱼晨曦，
是。
然后 Ferry 我不太确定是不是之前叫阡陌啊。
By my calculations, right, Dylan's done the math for us. If Little Sheep are pulling 800k, once again, we'll bring that up to 2 million. Yeah,
看一下吧，因为我们
Math
现
checks
在
out.
在整体的这个首发名单出来之后，右边全是熟人，左边的话大家可以关注一下，除了我们前面说的这个之外呢，还看一下其他阵容。
we'll get into it.
他们的其他位置配的怎么样的？
Picked by Blade, going to Lijiang Tower out of respect. All right, so Team CC going to be heavy favourites here. Seems like you guys are on the same page with that. 85% Preds their direction.
看一下班位，两边会不会真的是去搬一下？比如说，如果我是 Blade 先
Mobile Legends Bang Bang.
会搬掉法
I think when I was at the Esports World Cup, I swear there was the women's. Was it the women's? Mobile Legends Bang Bang happening. There was some mobile game tournament that was happening at the same time.
哎，
I can't remember what the game was called though.
对，其实我说实话呢，不是卢西奥不强，是能打卢西奥体系提速的队伍。
Hope so, Axiom. Now I just need a way to monetize those
目前为
viewers.
止，在国内的队伍里面，尤其是对于一些新组的队伍，他想在提速又在速度当中把目标明确。
All right, what are we doing?
还能够去做拉
Faraban, Brigban.
他需要一点时间的沉淀。
Eyes on who is in as well.
你说 OA 他会不会用到卢西奥？
Has Super Rich just renamed now to Hayo Quinn?
你像刚才打到那种你的后排是那种很容易切的后排的时候，一个卢西奥是特别重要的一个英雄，提速过去就后排全死了。
对，
Are we just in a... You can't monetize?
队伍来讲的话
Fuck.
上来打卢西奥体系难度确实太 太高了。
我们来看一下今天的第3场比赛的第1张地图，这个位置的话应该是控制中心。
那刚才提到这个事儿，就是因为布利夏被办了。那现在你要不打
All right, so Lijiang Tower, Farah off the cards, Brig off the cards, but still plenty of cards to choose from. Team CC heavy favourites. Obviously, we've seen Kaneki play a lot of Farah, have a lot of success. So ban seems pretty reasonable by Blade to take it away from him. Instead, in a Malgalus world, we've gone 2 different directions.
卢西奥加朱诺是不是太奇怪了？
先看看，至少来说的话，西格玛这个
但是他带了秩序。
Alright, Junker Queen versus Sigma here. There's a sim out coming out from Pride as well. Gargar's playing this off angle to begin with.
学长，
西格玛没盾的。
对，这波应该可以算入门，走没做到。
Alright, there we go.
我有花卡，这波流血还流死一个。
Nice and quick one here. Gargar just playing that corner off angle. You see him give him that awful situation, right? Where you sort of, you're getting shot from the front, but if you go clear those people out, you'll get hit from the side.
而且潘奈普第一波打了79能量，什么情况？
打了什么东西啊？
他打什么了？
我就看到好像就是过去砍了2刀，
Just a little,
流血
a little,
然后学长斩死一个。
little teaser.
应该打出79能量吧？
打6连啊！
打6连，打了3套6连，
打了3套6连，
全打西格玛身上。
对，然后西格玛没了。其实我们刚刚
Have these games shown any meta shifts? Not really. Well, yes, as in we're not. When we watched the qualifiers last week, it was incredibly Malga heavy. Now it's not so. But these are also. We've already seen very even matchups between top teams, so it's hard to get a read. Plus, other mitigation, they've only had it for a couple of days, etc., etc. So no, we've seen a bit more. Cass is probably the one we've seen creeping the most, right? Instead, in place of Sojin in a lot of areas. But in terms of sort of tank or anything else, it feels like people are quite happy to play a bit of whatever, a bit of what they're good at, a bit of what suits the map still. So nothing concrete at all. I think if anything, the Soup Cup will be the bigger indicator, and then maybe even all of OWCS China. We are straight back into it here.
他如果交战后也是3加速了，哎，换了。
Remarch the swap comes out here from Hims.
没问题。
然后 CC 这边是远方用了一个物。
Gonna have to retake
还是打输出。
Pineapple very close, very close to this high noon. Not the easiest ult to go with, plenty of things to mitigate it. They're going to keep running the sim into this as they try and retake here, Blade. Slow to clear a bit of space. Trying to walk into the Queen now. Shield now as well. We'll slow it down. TP flipped a point off the back of that, and they're going to go meet it. Super Rich going to get involved, and Pride's going to die to Gaga. High noon swing as well. They're all trying to DP. They're all trying to live. Block up from Hims will negate most of that damage. But he is now a lone figure. Everyone else, oh my god, an outrageous beat! Absolutely shambolic from Neoran, who unfortunately has no neurons firing in his head correctly. What's happened there? Outrageous. Coming back now, they have Kitsune Rush, but Team CC have so many ultimates. They can match the Kitsune Rush, they can throw the beating over the top, they can drop that Rampage. They're going to try and TP through, but they TP into a giant slash! Oh dear, Blade. They try to TP and go fast, but sometimes you can ignore your problems and you can move on with in your life. Here, Blade, they try to ignore Team CC. If we don't look at them, they can't see us, right? Wrong. Easy slash for Gaga. Loads of damage. They now have a few more ults for this retake. It's a TP through again. Big slash again. Kitsune buys him a bit of damage, but that means as soon as that Kitsune comes out, the Rampage is available. Kaneki with a blade over the top. They've just used everything. Last fight situation. Annihilation will be popped in desperation. But it's going nowhere. Hims will get taken down. And Thai Monsters' tirade of misinformation continues.
但是还是没打出来节奏。就我们现在，或者说我个人是比较想看的，就是你带拉玛刹，包括你带这个西格玛，或者说你只要是用了治愈之光，那么我们这个传送门应该就是要去直接开。
If you can beat that fast, you might as well use it.
要不然开团，要不然传送一些比较关键的位置。
你比如说刚刚那个位置。
Yeah, but that's like saying, oh, you're making money so fast, you might as well set it on fire.
传右边或者抢什么位置，光传点漏位置被对面包起来打，其实是没有用的。
是的，那这张图还要用秩序之光。
All right, more of the same matchup now.
应该是传点，这个应该叫传
Sim
点。
again from Pride. They're really doubling down on a Symmetra pick. They've not got really all that much TP value so far, but the TP and the flip to point here will give them that early control of the choke. And now they have to try and push in. Gargoyle's taking a lot of early spam here, so Team CC, they need to slow it down, they need to live. 10 seconds till points unlocks. Hims is walking forward with 1 HP! Where are we going, Hims?
这么快就让别人感受痛苦啊，这有点太着急了。
And this is going to be an easy retake. Despite all that early position, Hims is just going to give it away. And Team CC will just walk over them.
就是你看啊，传点进来以后，秩序之光它那个点的上面都布上了摄像头，对吧？准备在这儿做一个防守了。
对，
然后哥们儿就感受我的痛苦。
拉玛
Maybe
正常来
Maybe
应该是在门口卡着位置给。
Hunter was right to miss these games. Slash up a choke here. Bit of self-healing. Pineapple's trying to fight on the side here. Has been bullied back by Pride, who's now on the Genji. And they've got this Lucio Genji side fight happening. Trying to bust open the flank to get him to space. But Kaneki, a double deflex kill! Stop shooting deflex!
这波是不理拉玛差，直接把后排全杀完了。
这就是老。
You're having enough problems surviving their bullets. Don't add your bullets into the
节
mix.
奏拉得非常快。
我只看出来一件事，就是这个打拉玛差，他是比较
And
想
nice
切对面的脆皮。他觉得打
easy
前
second
我
fight for Team CC as well, and this has been brutal. Kaneki will dash out main, reset out the choke, Blade ready to go. Kitsune rush to layer in with that one here. Kaneki still over the top, looking for the Blade, slash onto the Sojin, catches the Sojin, goes in looking for more, and it's going to be an absolute slaughter in this room. 3 quick fights for Team CC, and this is one-way traffic.
Blade 这边其实他是换成了旱灾，但是要等自己的大招啊。
Kitsune Rush coming back. Nuoran nearly has the beat. Team CC have both needs ults to mirror, and they also have a rampage over the top. So last time they were able to force a very early Suzu, which let Gargoyle come in that ult early. They're going to start with Kitsune Rush now. They want to force for Suzu. Now's the trigger for Gargoyle to go. There it is, comes out. The beat over the top keeps him alive, but not in time for Hims. So they survive a decent amount of it, but they're just following up on all this damage, so the beat health will only last so long. Kitsune Rush went down and all of that from Blade as well, but no value. Now they do have ult advantage Blade. It's taken them almost 90% to get to this position. But finally advantage. Pineapple can swing early with the high noon if they want. They've also got a touch going coast as well, so they're high nooning in spawn. Oh no, Nuoran, he falls off the map, there's no touch! He fails the wall ride? How? They've got the touch regardless here. Pride will get it done for him. Pride has even got the flip. He's trying to deflex. He's trying to live. He's all rooted up though. Now coming through, Pride has pulled the blade. Needs to do so much, and actually, Nuo ran off the map, but Pride was able to get the touch. And out of nowhere, Blade have got a lifeline. Is it Chris Fury? Is it the start of a comeback? Are they right back in it? The old situation's even. For now, no Kitsune Rush for far away just yet. They come through, looking for a slice. Up into the sky, he's just taken out of the air. Doesn't even get to land, and Blade... Oh. I'm glad we didn't start calling that one a comeback. Now they're going to have to play to try and stall this one out. We're going to go straight into overtime as they flip the point back in. CC all over this Sojin. Kaneki will just keep going through. Amped to finish the job. And this is all over. High noon to finish it. 2-0 for Team CC. And we're there.
我觉得 Blade 作为一个你看比较有冲击力的队伍，打凶一点，抱团这种还真的还可以。你看最后一波，
Mod Spammer guy said this was gonna be good. Alright. Let's see what game mode we get then, and then we'll do like a full hold, full cap 3-0 on Flashpoint type thing. But let's see where they take us first.
拼操作嘛，对吧？年轻人操作这个可以拼，
而且我们也看了他是能赢团的，不是说不能赢团，所以你要去在这个方面去更加拓展一点，找准自己的一个定位。
It's good Overwatch entertainment, just not good Overwatch. I mean, comedy of errors, really. How did we fall off the map? I hope they can get us a replay of that, because he just messed up the wall ride. There seems to be no other explanation, right?
外走。
Because I don't think anyone was matching them on point. All of Team CC were pushing in the choke.
对，如果
So the
说
point
想
was open.
因为
Team
拉玛
CC
他
kind of
们
wanted that.
在上一场比赛讲的一样，
They wanted the 5v3, let him touch the point, kill the 3, go back and deal with the 2. But going back and dealing with the 2 became 1 because he just fell off the map.
我一个人冲进去，直接就感受我的痛苦，就开始在打拳，就不能这样打。
对我举一个小例子，大家看拉玛莎这个英雄，我们前面提过这个双加速，以前是双加速双减速，现在是双加速单减速这个东西。你可以看一个小小的细节，就是拉玛刹在打变身这一套的时候有没有留意？
对，
This cannot be a top 8 team in China.
习惯了就是我
It's certainly, I mean,
然后变身的时候上去 A， 其实
they do feel like the worst team we've seen. We didn't see him in the qualifier
第一张地图就结束了
last week because there were multiple games happening at the same time, but pretty surprised. All right, we're getting action. This is the first fight. I was kind of locked out from this one, sort of the sound. It's a big slash onto the Sigma. Judo's just kind of walking into everything. It's just over before it starts. Awkward matchup for the Queen or the Sigma into the Queen. Ooh. Spliced together of Kaneki's blades. And then behind him to finish it. That's all we got? That's all we've got. Just a couple of highlights for you. Let's not get bogged down in too much here. We all know what happened. Alright, let me go grab a drink and we can lock in for what might be a very prompt finish to the day here.
我们完成目标了。
对，我和烟鬼按你说的要求拿到导航器的数据了。基本拿到了。
基本拿到。我说得很清楚，这是一次秘密行动，要干净利索，不留痕迹。结果你们在光天化日之下摧毁了一艘30万吨的归零者母舰，动静大的我从太空都看得到。
好吧，其实我们的确遇到了一点小麻烦。
我在听着呢。
目标非常好追踪，那艘飞船在哥德堡受损严重，连基地都飞不回去。我们更省事了。
安全。
猫嘎，这次要的是手术刀，不是剁肉刀。
别慌，都是死的。
那就关机了，而且我才没慌呢。
对了，哎，知道这票该干什么吗？
废话，当然是拿数据。都说了，按计划来。找到你了，小宝贝儿，把你的秘密都告诉姐姐。访问权限、数据、导能器系统。
哎，我能不能提几个点子？你只管守好外面。行，随便了。
他到底在干什么？
在瞎胡闹，还得多久？
就快了。嘿，骷髅哥，舞跳的还不错。
很精彩，但你的意思是，他对我们不忠诚？
哼，你觉得忠诚就忠诚，猫嘎总是我行我素，我可不相信。
没时间了，黑鹰，我们该撤了。
得拿到数据才行，我能搞定的。看来你想玩玩是吧？ 行啊。
Any progress? Oh, we're down to 20 seconds. Is anyone in chat a doctor? Looking for a doctor. Preferably some kind of ear doctor. Does anyone know the biological reason why my ear's blocked currently on the right hand side, but if I stand up for a while it seems to clear, but when I sit back down, it comes back? One option is I just never sit down again. I was hoping for a less inconvenient solution. I mean, I probably just need to get cleaned. Whoa, thanks Artemis!
14 months and still kicking. Hope everyone is doing well.
Thank you very much, Artemis. Welcome back. Altitude. It's altitude. Dead in a week, sorry. Fuck. 14 months? Yeah, day 1 of air. Yeah, got the founder badge as well. Only Dr. House to fix me? Okay. I'll go find him. The little rat controlling you likes to get comfortable when you sit down and they rest their leg in your ear canal. Okay. Thank you, Doctor. Does it clear out when you yawn or swallow? No. It sort of comes and goes a bit, but it seems to be better when I'm standing up. I've had it done before where they do the little... Has anyone been to like, what's it called? I think it's called like a wax removal. They just get a little vacuum and they slurp it out. Last time I had it, they always do the thing we go, whoa, lot of wax this is, isn't it? Okay, it's a lot of wax. Thanks for getting it out. How long has it been an issue? Like last night. It was like, probably like about like 9-ish maybe last night. Just happened kind of out of the blue. Your ears are experiencing something called extrothermic blockage that can be experienced when reaching different altitudes in quick succession. Get baited, bold man, this is Yap. After shower? No. I mean, I showered this morning. Didn't change anything. Is it a specialist? Yeah, it's normally a specialist, but a lot of places like Boots and Specsavers do it as well. But you also get like private clinics and stuff for it. You don't need like a appointment or any, well, you need an appointment, but you don't need like you don't just go for your GP or anything. You can just sort of, when I've had it done before, you can just book it and it was like 50 quid or something. Do not take your vacuum at home. What is it you do when you're not streaming? Or is it, yeah, streaming full-time job. This is my full-time employment. It's enough hours, I reckon. Yeah, have a Google, because it's not every Specsavers that can do it, or every Boots, but quite a few of them have it in. There'll normally be like one per town or one per city that normally has it. But honestly, it's like, if anyone's got glasses like me, and you know when if you can remember when you first got your glasses, and it feels like all of a sudden you can see in HD again, the hearing you gain back after these things is unbelievable. First time I had it done, I'm walking home, and I've got my keys in my pocket, right? So there's a slight jingling from my keys, you know, as I'm walking, and they're sort of bouncing up and down on my leg. And it was so loud. I couldn't believe how loud my fucking keys jingling in my pocket were. So it's like, it's pretty good. Doesn't take very long either. First time I had it done as well, it just so happened he was doing it for a bit, and he was like, oh, I've got to, just like your vacuum cleaner at home, he was like, I've got to change the bag. Because the bag was full, so it wasn't getting full suction. So I see him take the bag out, and for whatever goddamn reason, it's a see-through bag. And this see-through bag imagine a vacuum cleaner that is used exclusively for earwax over a prolonged period of time. Let me just take that bag out. Fuck. Didn't need to see that. Stop yapping and Pred. Fuck, I forgot.
砸到后排，温斯顿就可以直接进场。
Will this be a Frio or Suravasa? Yes. No. 30 seconds. Go. Sorry, Icy mate. Unfortunately, you needed your ears blocked for that story. We'll lock into the Overwatch now. This one will be safe. Safe to eat your dinner with. Hazard versus Winston. Lucio and Diva bans in play here. Onto the high ground already. Pineapple's got a pretty powerful angle, but he's got no rail just yet to capitalise with it. Hazard's going to try and respond, but Hims has taken so much damage. Defensive wall. Pineapple was on the chase. Rail's going to connect only into the shield, though. Garga's actually been flashbanged. He's in big trouble. Life support. Sub 100 HP, and Hims will finish off the kill. Player advantage. Tank advantage for Blade. They don't have control of point, but they'll get their feet onto it now. Wall at the choke, but they're hungry for more Blade. Flooding forward, looking for any late kills. Pride's going to stick his head out, but can't find anything meaningful to catch. They'll get the flip back, and Team CC forced to retake, but they nearly have Nano, nearly have Barrage. Powerful ult combo in any situation. A little bit tricky. You can see Blade are holding the opposite side of a point here, so hard to cross that distance a bit with Farah. Should be quite telegraphed where it's coming from. Deflect has been used. High Noon in response as well. Gaga drops the bubble, but it's Pineapple who's caught. Isolated a bit by that High Noon, and Hims can capitalise again. Second opening pick in a row for Hims. Now trying to mark this Genji away from his Ana here, Gaga. But they're going to have to play for another retake. They're going to slow it down. They're going to wait. Oh, they're not going to wait for Pineapple. They send Kaneki round, moving Barrage. Nano Barrage going so much damage. He's traded 2 kills, but it's not over yet. Pride with the deflect onto Farway. Kaneki's got more work to do. The Ray came out from Remedy. And it's going to be enough to get him through the situation. The DPS here from Team CC. No supports. He got to back it up. Going to play for one more desperate retake. And maybe it's not going to be a Frio. Oh, Pineapple with an opening pick. Now they can get back on. Looking for more. Trying to trade onto the Farah here. Can't find any of the damage he needs, though, to finish that one. Hims nearly has the downpour. But after that early pick, and it's going to be a free retake. Oh, it's going to be a free retake with a late death for Fari as well. Bad to worse. Team CC, they smell blood. They want more kills here. We get into last fight situations, so Team CC, they can fight forward, make the touch really difficult. Pride might have to not blade in the fight, but instead focus on getting the touch for his team. Which means there'll be essentially an ult down in this next trade. Downpour comes out, dodge just about there. Pineapple will slide back, they're going to keep chasing, though Pride shuts down as he pulls the blade. Great shot from Pineapple. They need to flood forward towards the point, but they're taking so much damage from Pineapple on the way. They're not going to make it. First point goes the way of Team CC. Another late kill on the cast here for Gaga. And now, really reasonable chance here. They're going to have Primal and Barrage for the next fight. No ults on the side of Blade. So they can just take this fight if they want. Gaga's got the Primal if he needs it. Just onto the high ground. Drops onto this Kiri. Clears for Kiri out down to half HP. Jumps back to deal with Hims. Will deal with Hims there. And you just see the difference a bubble can make. Gaga's not really dropping on the backline there. He's not doing damage. He's not really threatening kills. But he's dropping the bubble. And he's just making it difficult for the backline of Blade to walk up and pocket Hims and the rest of the DPS as they try and commit in for that kill here. So, well played by Gaga. Classic Winston play. Zone the backline. Let your team do the rest. And an easy first point for Team CC. Most importantly, no ulties for that one either. So now they've got 3 ults to throw into this one. Nano Barrage might be the order of the day. Kitsune Rush for Nuoran. Oh wait, Kaneki's going to get caught before the fight. It's a Nano Jats as well. Disaster for Team CC. They had for combo. Pride dives in. Just catch a nade, but he'll get Suzu'd right out of that. Kitsune Rush push to finish off this backline. Disaster for Team CC. And another opening for Blade. They can chase out for Winston here. I don't know if they can get any late kills. It's a Juno and a Winston. Hard heroes to chase down. But Blade, they get the flip. And that's a 1-for-2, well, a 1-for-1 ult trade. Now the Barrage is still available for Kaneki, but with no Nano to boost it back up, he's going to be a lot more vulnerable. Winston dives to try and clear the side space here, but Pride's going to ignore that. He's going forward. Hims has found Kaneki. He's taken so much damage. The trade favors CC in this situation. They still have Primal to throw in as well. Gargot's going to keep going. Gets the cast kill. Has for Primal if he needs it. The blade was drawn in the back. They're trying to deal with Pride. Pride has full pocket. Nuoran's going to get one counter blade coming from Pride now as well. And they're good for a second fight. Blade, they found their feet. They're starting to show why they're a team that maybe can compete in the OWCS top 8. Back-to-back fights. Last chance on this point for Team CC. They have to win this fight. They've got 4 ults with which to do it. A Ray Barrage can be just as deadly as a... Oh! Kaneki! No chance to use this Barrage! Now the downpour comes out, it catches Pineapple. The sleep allows him to be traded, though. Just when it looked so good, Heinen onto the point. Gargar's going to avoid that one with his Primal Rage. And Pineapple was getting all the kills. Oh, it's the perfect start for Blade. But Pineapple too good for it with the Overclock. The pocket is good. Ray coming back now for Remedy. Super Rich has the Ray to match. Kaneki can throw in the Barrage, though. Need Pride to try and deflect some of this Barrage if we can. Kaneki's going to go for it in quite aggressively here. Doesn't find the kill, but Fari can. 1-for-1 trade. Barrage just to take down the tank. Happy with that value. Now going back to point to stop the flip. Blade have to keep committing to this fight, but that's a desperate situation. Pride's going to dive in for the 1v1. One rocket connects. But Cap's going to go through. Concussive Implosion pulls him back in. And Kaneki will shoot the corpse a little bit. Little bit upset about that deflect kill, were we? Him's making his way onto the Junker Queen now. Trying to find a better matchup into this Winsome. Both Rays available. Now a fully even trade. Do you think the Junker Queen can probably get more value out of this than the Winston can, though? So if they take the raid trade head-to-head, should in theory favour Blade as long as Farway doesn't find a nade. Early rail here, pressure onto the castle. Pineapple's pushed up so far on this flank. They're going to try and push forward instead, but Pride dies as the raid push comes in. Counter nano from Farway to make sure Gargar lives it, though. He's still awfully low, and Gargar and Farway are a little bit split now. They can push this backline if they want. Super Rich has for Ray. Gargar's going to jump in from behind. Only half HP. Kitsune rush on top of him. Kaneki's there as well, but they're ignoring the players on point. They're ignoring his Ray push. They're just going to kill Farway instead. And now Blade can come back in. Numbers advantage in their favour. They're trying to deal with this flank again. Concussive Implosion pulls Fari in. Pocket is good from Neoran. Can TP away as well. Meanwhile, back on the point, Hims has found a kill. They're surviving on one side, killing on the other. Primal's going to be invested by Gargar now to drag us one out. Cass not off the map, tries again. This time he will be going. Now looking for the backline. Wants to try and isolate any supports. Juno in the air. The Juno's low, but Gargar dies. But the time, the space has made it for Pineapple, but he gets knifed back in. Hims has to deal with a barrage. Nothing he can do about that. Nothing the Kiri can do either. Direct onto the Juno to finish the job, and all of a sudden, Team CC, they've had point the entire time. We're looking at a 3-0 situation. Maybe not completely reflective of this Suravasa feeling much more even than the Lijiang has. But the touch is going to be strained. Real danger of dying early here, Pride. He's out of deflect. The pressure is getting bigger. Pineapple's going to go for the overclock flank. For a rampage comes in from Hims. Just catch one, but Pineapple is good for the trade. Looking for more. Fari has to de-peak this. He's very much out of the fight. Has to try and walk in now. He's just trying to ego through the duel. Does get through it. Pineapple's going to turn his attention back. They don't get the touch. It's a C9 to end it. Signs of life from Blade, but it's still not enough, is it?
看到 Pride 这个个人操作绝对是有的，对吧？但我们举一个例子，大家还记不记得之前看韩国的比赛，很多时候对面有轨道的时候，原是二话不说到天上拔个刀，对面一条轨道我就撤，我 shift 回来就换你气能。
Oh, he's still here, San? I forgot to look at your car, sorry. Because we went into the game. Oh, you got to be happy with this, though. I don't know a lot about cars from a technical standpoint, but it looks good to me. I think San might not be here, so we'll just look at his car without it. But yeah, good looking car. Should be happy with that, San.
判断一下当时的情况，如果说我没有办法短时间把点位踩一下，一定要往里面继续投入资源的。任何队伍在这种情况都应该是要继续往里面投资源。你看对面，你看这个卡尼基在发现我清场清的比较慢的时候，我马上交大招，绝对不会吝啬。
Didn't know there were games today. What have you missed? Not a whole lot of anything really, Ostrich. Quick 3-0 for Rock. 3-0 for Little Sheep as well. Solid Miata. Is that the name of the car? I'm going to get exposed here for my lack of car knowledge. Miata? Yeah, people are saying Miata. Alright. Wish you had a car. All I've known in my life is for London Tube. Yeah, I walk everywhere. I live in Nottingham, so everything is more or less walking distance. Can't remember the last time I had to get the bus or a tram, really. Oh. Don't follow me for my car knowledge. That's probably fair. Do you have a license? No. No, I never needed one. Never needed one, because Ashford was always quite small. I used to walk to work. Then I moved to Nottingham. That was probably maybe like the time to learn to drive, but I was at uni, so I never really bothered. And then, yeah, just never bothered since. Is CC pumping? Yeah, there's some significant pumping going on. A few signs of life on Saravasa, but when I say signs of life, we're talking they nearly want a point. So we've got a long way to go until we're at map level or series level. And so you can drive me around, Hunter. Chris doesn't either, right? So you're gonna have to be the driver when we go on all these road trips. That we're definitely going on. You guys are just total piss takers. When we go on the road trip as well, Max, you'll drive us, and me and Chris will sit in the back if that's okay. Exactly, Hadidas. How will he drive you around if he's perma-drunk? Recklessly. Road trip around China looking for homeless people. Yeah, I mean, I'm sure it'll be a nice drive. Obviously, we won't find any homeless people. Why does Unter hate Commander X? Not sure. Nothing but nice to that guy. Not even going to bother calling shotgun. There'll be no shotguns called the entire trip. Just Unter driving us around. Stop here for ice cream, would you, Max? CX and Chris, this is what I'm laughing at, the Mega Muffin comment. CX and Chris definitely won't be the worst backseat drivers to get asked for. Imagine how wound up Max would be as he has to drive the two of us around. Both of us refuse to sit in the front seat shotgun with him. We just sit in the back, and then we are just two people who can't drive and don't own a license. Just backseat driving him the entire time. Correcting him. No, you've merged a bit early here, Max, yeah. He will be driving us off a cliff. Preds, we'll do Preds when we see the map type, because we're in like a full hold, full push situation depending on the map we get. Is there a fair chance Chris is going to be homeless with his ex-wife taking the house? No, he's going to move to China, and then there's no chance of him being homeless. Don't know about the authenticator tie. Why are you driving middle road? Take an off angle. Yep, just... Well, hindsight coach him. Hindsight coach him all drive long. I mean, I think the chances of us ever doing an IRL stream, close to 0. Change title? What's the title? Is it not still group stage? Ooh. Fuck. Asleep at the wheel. Team CC versus Blade.
先想办法进入到后面的这个季后赛。
对，
所以说你的整个安排的重心也是要有所这个。
对，这周的目标最重要的其实不是争第一，是争前三。
Yeah, good chat, Prozzy. What are your thoughts on the UK collegiate scene? Like Norland stuff? Yeah, it seems good. Seems like a good little program. Not had much involvement in it, really. I've done a couple of private sessions for Null teams. I've always been sound. Yeah, seems good. Guessing we aren't getting an IRL uncoachable? Yeah. The problem is, what happens is, I mean, to be fair, last Esports World Cup, we were all too busy, really. But what happens is, because we only see each other like 2 or 3 times a year, the idea of sitting down and recording a podcast, it's not close to the top of any of our agendas. So, for what would be like a decent amount of effort to get set up and sort out, it's just, there's no motivation. No motivation to start the motion for something like that.
就他们赢团战那个节奏最好的就是先把卡内 K 抓掉的那2波。
对，其他位置说实话不是特别的好抓，主要是
因为法老直英这个英雄吧，就是他想打出来伤害，他就不可能挂在一个特别远的地方。
对，
然后他如果挂的特别远还打出伤害了，说明哥们走位有问题。对，所以说其实。
He's telling me we won't be recording a podcast. There's a 0% chance. Answer might drop a cheeky draft at some point during the wedding, but we're gonna be podcast free. I say we get a team together and buy a house and live in the uncoachable team house. I mean, I have no problem. I lived with Chris for 2 years. Shared a room with Chris for one of those years, and it was all really fine. But pretty happy living with my future wife at the moment, and I imagine Chris is pretty happy living with his wife as well. And Hunter, you know, 2 out of 3 ain't bad. I hope Hunter's still listening for that one. How many primes to pay for your wedding? Billions. Billions. Weddings are very expensive. What am I reading? I wish I could grab... Let's see. I wish I could grab Christopher's face and wipe the floor with it. You brought me faith and Twilight. Hold on, chat's moving too fast. I'm trying to read. They're such donkeys. Since the beginning of the season, I've been saying that Christopher is a loser and that he has a bad past. Except for a very short period they were playing Ryan Sim. And the stupid one saying that he competes with Koreans in diving. I mean aura and so on. May God take you away from the coach. What's this emoji? Sandal sandal? Hunter is with his wife Kellen. Oh, I forgot to do the pred again. I'm actually a fraud. Hold on. Start prediction. Will there be a full cap? Full push. Yes, no, 30 seconds, go! Why are Team CC up 2 after 1 map? We've played 2 maps. There was a very quick Lijiang Tower. And it's a very chaotic first fight here. It's more Junker Queen versus more Winston. With a Farah still up at the tail end in this fight, and Kaneki will finish the cleanup here. And it will be a first fight victory for the side of Team CC. Predictions open for, well, literally no more time at all. So if you were quick, you got in. If you weren't quick, but unfortunately, that's the way the cookie crumbles. Diva swap now for Hims. Better matchup, obviously, of course, into the Farah. Not a lot of ult charge for anyone to speak of. So it'll be a full another neutral as Hims will stall up the point underneath. Looking for a timing here. Onto the Lucio. Damage there. Pride follow-up. Gets the dash kill. Player advantage now for Blade. Chance to walk forward. Slide onto the high ground. Fari nails the shot. Gaga's forced to run back. He's just going to try and get his supports out of dodge here. Late kills will be brutal. Bubble to help Farway out. The bubble is broken, but it's bought Farway the time he needs. Now, on the front foot, Blade. Pride playing on this right-hand side. Could really do with his HP being topped up. He's going to take a bit more damage now. Surely someone will top up Pride's HP. There we go. will be cleared out. Bubble onto the high ground from Gaga. Doesn't do much to stop the payload, though. Gaga's going to have to drop down now. Hims is... Where is Hims? Hims is just dead in main. How on earth has this happened? Didn't feel like Blade were really trying to make any money moves. Weren't peaking very aggressively. And as a result, Hims is just out there. All alone. Taken down D-Mex. And it's going to be a very free retake. Had about 3 fights right now, and we're only just getting to the ults. They've been so quick and chaotic. Beat and Primal available for Team CC to keep this ball rolling. This next fight will be for Checkpoint. They'll have a Kitsune Rush as well. In fact, all of their ults are just a little bit closer here, so Blade have to be very careful on the walk-up. They're just sort of pinned in the choke right now. Team CC happy to keep moving the cart when this happens. Ult's coming online now for Blade, a chance to take the fight. But Team CC, they've used this space, they've pivoted. Pride going through, hits the deflect onto that. Blade comes through, beat pushes there, and they drop the Kitsune Rush, but they needed the beat really as well. Nuo ran. It happens sometimes. Kitsune Rush versus beat. If a Kitsune Rush has time to exist, time for people to stand on it, use their cooldowns, get their next set of cooldowns, then we could be in a really good situation. But if both teams are just on top of each other, 5 players fighting 5 players, as that beat and Kitsune Rush come down at the same time, the beat has the chance to get these kills early. Good beat from Nuoran, good push from Blade, back on the front foot. Both teams playing on the low ground for now. Gaga's trying to nudge the robot through this choke. Full rail for Fari. Dive in, they're going to go forward. Blade comes through from Pride. Beat is good from Super Rich. Catches everyone. Now the counter blade from Kaneki. No blade to beat to respond with. Kaneki catches that one, and the DPS ults will get it all done. Kitsune Rush was invested there for Remedy as well, but much the same situation as we just saw Team CC run into. For Blade, for DPS ults, the beat, it just does too much too quickly. And CC will get a chance to push again. They have no ults left, so they can take the meters they can get, but when this overclock comes out, we're going to have to make a decision. Disengage or pile onto that Sojin. The Diva, in the form of Hims, can do a lot to shut that down. They've actually just found Gaga out of nothing. Alright, so they can maybe try and save the ults here as well. Genji dive in here from Kaneki, but he's all alone. Easy cleanup in the end for Team CC. And they're just giving away. They're just giving away retakes. Neither team has any interest in holding. And Blade get to keep this overclock for their push. Pushing for Checkpoint now on the other side of the map. Still no ults for Team CC. Farway is the closest. But Kitsune Rush from this low ground to high ground is difficult, and Super Rich has come out. He's taken a body shot. Fari is walking up with this. Can he find anything? Another body shot onto Super Rich. No kills here. And then we force back. Gaga's still underneath them. Dive onto the high ground. They try and dive back to respond to this one now. Kitsune Rush is invested. Disengage from Blade looks good. They have the beat to turn with as well. Beat only catches 3. The bubble separates a few of the players, and Pride is going to die as a result. Hims also didn't get the beat as low. He has to back it up. Self-destruct is out. Gaga really wants to kill the baby. Can't kill the baby in time, but they have got other kills around. Now a really weak Sojin will get finished off as well, and they do follow that one up. Hims is good for a trade, but will get D-Max. Can get himself on the robot, though, so he won't get staggered out. Super cheap, Max. Super cheap. Now is the time. If you're looking to buy yourself a retake, now is the time to buy. Extending their lead now, Team CC. They got the checkpoint already, so now this is just all money on the board. More meters, more meters. They've got the beat to keep going with here. More ults shortly to follow. Kitsune Rush for Remedy here. Beat's going to come through, though. Can they live the initial burst from this beat? They seem okay for now, but the overclock is too much. Pride hits for deflect. He gets 1 kill. Primal not invested by Gaga here. Probably a wise choice. Saving the ults for the fight on their side of the map. They're going to try and live here, it looks like, Team CC. They have to be careful. Super Rich is going to die late. Without their Lucio, the dash out isn't exactly what they want. Suzu has been used as well, and this is going to be late deaths. Pride here, giving it back to Kaneki. Bit of beef between the two Genjis. All stems from that deflect kill that Pride got on Kaneki's Pharah back on Suravasa. The rivalry is building. Team CC going to come out through the Mega side. They've actually taken the opposite side of the map here. Looking for a target to get on. They have a Primal. Blade's going to come through from Kaneki all over the Lucio. No chance to save him. Pride's pulled his own Blade here. Blades are going to meet in the middle. Full showdown. None of them will find the kill, but Pineapple will. 2-player advantage now, and they will win the trade of that blade. Just need to be careful when this Sojin isn't trading. Can stagger out the Baby Diva as well. Trying to get himself on the robot here, Hims, to get reset. Coming back, Primal versus Self-Destruct. So a 1-for-1 ult situation. But the Primal is better, and Farway's also significantly closer to this Kitsune Rush as well. So really snowballing in Team CC's favour. Chance to Kitsune Rush round this corner, can always Primal if they get in trouble. Only the Self-Destruct they have to worry about. Dive onto the Sojin here, forces him back, bit of a backstep. Kitsune Rush to keep chasing, and Gargoyle's got the Primal, so he can really keep going all over this backline. Boop is good from Nuoran, but they've lost Hims during all of this. Didn't get back into mech during that self-destruct. Now they're pushing forward. Disruptor shot out. Will finish off Pride. They're close to both support ults here, Blade, but they need them so desperately. Garga can go early with this Primal, try and force these support ults on the back foot. If he can trade Primal for support ult, it's a good trade, and then they could be in an equal beat situation here. So, wouldn't be surprised if Gargoyle plays it aggressive. For now, though, it's just a bubble. He's just not going to use it at all. It wasn't overclock. He chooses not to invest. So, again, conservative from Team CC. They do have the lead. They're trying to manage the game as we enter the final 2 minutes here. Make sure they have ults for the important fights on middle. But only an overclock out? I don't think you're unhappy with that if you're Blade. You still have a chance to take this next fight. You still have double support ult. Just want to make sure you're not caught up trying to kill the Winston with one of these support ults, because he's just going to primal and waste your time. Want to make sure you connect on this backline. Early damage onto Hims gives Gaga a bit of space to work with. He's got eyes on this backline. Eyes on the Genji. Hims is going to walk up trying to move for payload. Dive in from Gaga right now. Kitsune Rush comes out. He has for Primal, so Gaga can get out of there. Beat comes through as well. He's forced both support ults here somehow, Gaga. I don't think he really earned the right to, but now the later beat is available. Pineapple pops the overclock, and Super Rich is just sitting pretty, cup in hand at the back of the map. Doesn't even need the beat. Pineapple will get the job done for him. Disaster double support ult from Blade. The economy has not been managed. They do get a couple of trades out of it, which will help. But the damage to the economy, that's going to be long-standing. We're entering the final minute, and it's a beat Blade advantage for Team CC. A self-destructive Blade of their own, asking a lot of pride in this situation. Final 45 seconds as Blade will stop the car at the corner. Kaneki will get cleared out, and they can roll the cart forward a little bit. But again, Team CC, patient, disciplined. They've also got Kitsune Rush very close. Overwhelming ult advantage. Need a miracle moment from Pride. We've got 30 seconds on the clock. He's just going to go for it onto the Sojin. The Sojin is out. He's getting nothing with this Blade. Beat came out in response to that. Wasn't the greatest beat, honestly, but it'll do enough to kill Pride. Kitsune Rush on the point as well. 18 seconds. Blade, they're going to try and just live without Pride. Play for a last second contest. Hims does have the self-destruct here. They're playing for the Baby Diva. Can't get the Baby Diva. 7 seconds left. The robot swings for corner. They'll have one more fight, but they're pushing into a Blade right now. Kaneki can finish it right now. Eyes on the Sojin. Comes in all over the backline. Gets two with a bit of help from his team. Kitsune TP's away just to get executed half a second later. Hims has triggered the overtime, stayed on point, but will get finished off, and Team CC will be closing it out 3-2-0. Woo! Easy for CC. No full push fight. All right. Niet asks on YouTube chat, is China worth watching? Like, are they worse than EMEA in North America? It's a very separated region. There's once again, who I think are as good as any team in North America or EMEA. We'll probably get a chance to see that a little bit at Hangzhou LAN. Then there's Team CC and Rock Esports, who are decent. But then once we go outside those two teams, it starts to get really patchy really quickly. Little Sheep are maybe the closest to that group. The outside shot of an upset. But I think there's going to be a lot of games over the course of this weekend, all which are kind of like this, mismatches of skill. So I think what I would do, I mean, if you've got nothing else to do, sit and watch some Chinese Overwatch. I'll keep putting on the stream. But there's probably a few key games you want to tune into, like Rock CC. That's the last game of the day on Saturday. And that's one that's worth tuning in for sure. Super important game. There'll be a couple of others. Obviously, once again, I'm going to play Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, one game each day. So if you want to watch them play, then worth checking out. But don't expect, once again, to meet all that much resistance as they go through the group stage here, and even as they go through playoffs next week as well. Team XX? Yeah, maybe. Hopefully. You know, I'm quite happy for the games to be closer than this. As we go back to the couch. But alright, I think that's GG's. I don't think there's really too much more to say about that. One-sided games, free Overwatch, China complete. Feel like we've maybe found, hopefully, a permanent solution. Sorry for all the tech issues at the start of the stream, but I appreciate everyone who tried to help me fix them. We got there in the end, didn't we? And then, once we got there, smooth sailing. And now, our chance to get there should hopefully be better tomorrow. Can I show the video? Maybe next time, Panda. I think I'm just going to knock the stream off because I've got to sort out Uncoachable as well. For anyone who wants to watch Uncoachable, ooh, you have an opportunity regarding the soup if you're interested. And what, pray tell, Max, would be the compensation for such an exciting opportunity? Does it have a 0 in it? Maybe multiple zeros? How many zeros are we talking about at the end of this number? Nil. Ooh. Okay. That sounds like a pretty big opportunity. I'll be in touch. Let me get my pen. Where's my pen? I need my pen to sign this contract. It's my pen. Ready to go. Only zeros, but a lot of them. As long as there's a lot of zeros, I don't mind. If there's enough zeros, it's a good opportunity. Millions of zeros, I think. Literal millions of zeros. Whew. Alright, where are we then? Yes, so, the Uncoachable Q&A is out yesterday. If you want to go hear us answer questions about some of the comp choices in playoffs, if you want to hear us answer questions about, I guess what did we answer questions about? Some of the London stuff. We did a Game of Thrones versus Breaking Bad. We gave our takes on, I guess, a bunch of stuff. But I think it was like an hour and 50 episode maybe or something for Q&A. So that's available on our Patreon right now. You can either sign up as a somewhat Uncoachable member and get access to that and all previous episodes, or you can just buy it as a one-off. But honestly, right now, the best time to sign up to Uncoachable Patreon, because after this stream, I'm going to upload and put out the new episode of Uncoachable, episode 35. We're going to talk about everything that happened in playoffs, in EMEA, North America, in Korea. We're going to cover it all. We're going to talk a little bit about the Soup Cup because we had a couple of guys on the inside to tell us how it all went down. So that's going to be coming out on Uncoachable Patreon. Again, you can sign up, get full access to that and the Uncoachable episode, or you can buy either one separately for $5. But if you're going to buy either one separately for $5, you might as well sign up and have both for the same price. All right then. Gala says no. Muting Gala. What's the opposite of vamos? What's shut up in Spanish? Calas la boca. Cabriz. Cabrice? Am I saying it right, saying it right, Gala? Or saying it right, Hunter? Maybe Hunter knows. Maybe he's got some... Caliente? Caliente shut up? Oh, it means hot. Oh. I think I nailed it. Alright. We've learnt Spanish. We're going to release Uncoachable on the Patreon. Sign up to that, Val. Close enough. Cheers, Gala. Cabriase. Cabriase, Gala. There we go. I'm getting closer. Alright, let's find someone to raid. Let's get a show on the road, because it's a beautiful day outside. So I'm going to go spend some time in the sun, I reckon. So I'll see you all there. I see you all there. I'm not going to see you guys outside, I reckon. Who am I raiding? Who is live? Muma, maybe? Let's go Muma. Alright, see you same time tomorrow for some more action. Catch you in a bit, guys.